Top 10 Stables in the History of WWE. In professional wrestling, some factions go beyond just being groups of wrestlers. They become cultural icons. These stables aren't just about talent, they represent attitude and unity, and leave a lasting impact on the industry. From rebellious groups to legendary teams, WWE has seen factions rise, take over, and change the game forever. Whether through chaos, teamwork, or controversy, these stables reshaped the wrestling world. Stick with us as we dive into the top 10 stables in WWE history, each one a true example of dominance, drama, and unforgettable moments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting updates. Let's start with the first on the list, the Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen stormed onto the wrestling scene in 1985, redefining the concept of a faction. Led by the charismatic Ric Flair, whose unmatched charisma and in-ring skills define the group's swagger, the Horsemen, comprising Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson, and Tully Blanchard, with J.J. Dillon as their shrewd manager, were more than just wrestlers. They were an unstoppable force that embodied wealth, power, and superiority. Their rise to prominence began in Jim Crockett Promotions, or JCP, where they dominated the wrestling world. Ric Flair became synonymous with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, defending it with a signature flair and technical brilliance. Meanwhile, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard formed one of history's most successful tag teams, winning the NWA World Tag Team Championships multiple times. Every member of the Horsemen contributed to their image of perfection. Whether in solo matches or tag team battles, their skill was undeniable. The Horsemen's feuds became legendary, especially against fan favorites like Dusty Rhodes. Dubbed the American Dream, Rhodes stood as the working man's hero against the elite Horsemen. Their matches weren't just battles, they were emotional showdowns, with Rhodes fighting for justice against the faction's ruthless tactics. Another highlight was their participation in the first ever War Games match at the 1987 Great American Bash. The chaotic two-ring war against Dusty Rhodes' team showcased the Horsemen's brutal style and cunning strategy. By the 1990s, cracks began to show. Key members left, and new additions like Barry Windham and Sid Vicious failed to recapture the group's original magic. Despite several revivals, the Four Horsemen never regained their former glory. Still, their legacy endures. The Four Horsemen remain the blueprint for wrestling factions, remembered for their unmatched dominance, iconic rivalries, and their indelible impact on professional wrestling. Number 2. The New World Order. The New World Order, or NWO, was a professional wrestling stable that emerged in World Championship Wrestling, or WCW, in 1996. It was formed when Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Hulk Hogan, who defected from the WWF to WCW. The NWO quickly became one of the most dominant and popular factions in wrestling history, known for its rebellious attitude, anti-establishment stance, and iconic black and white attire. The NWO's influence soared in the late 90s, becoming a central focus of WCW programming. The core of the group consisted of Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash. They were joined by other prominent wrestlers such as Randy Savage and, for a time, X-Pac. Their actions significantly impacted the wrestling world, contributing to a period of intense competition between WCW and WWE. The faction became known for their rebellious attitude, symbolized by their "too sweet" hand gesture and their signature black and white attire. The NWO's initial dominance in WCW began to wane as the group expanded and its storylines became increasingly convoluted. A pivotal moment that significantly damaged the NWO's credibility occurred on January 4, 1999, during a live episode of WCW Monday Nitro. In the main event, WCW World Heavyweight Champion Kevin Nash faced Hollywood Hogan in a highly anticipated match. However, instead of a competitive bout, Hogan simply tapped Nash on the chest, causing him to dramatically collapse to the mat. This anticlimactic finish, dubbed the Finger Poke of Doom, was met with widespread derision from fans. The incident was perceived as a blatant disregard for the audience and a sign of creative stagnation within WCW. It not only damaged the NWO's mystique, but also severely tarnished WCW's reputation, contributing significantly to the company's eventual decline. Although the NWO was revisited in various forms later on, including in WWE, it never fully regained the same level of influence and popularity it had during its initial run. Despite this, the NWO's innovative approach to storytelling and its profound effect on wrestling's landscape remains significant, demonstrating the power of factions in shaping narratives and captivating audiences. Number 3. Degeneration X. Degeneration X, or DX, born on August 11, 1997, was a rebellious faction in the WWF led by Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Chyna. They defied authority, embraced a cocky attitude, and became icons of the Attitude Era. Their signature "suck it" catchphrase and boundary-pushing antics, including juvenile humor and audacious pranks, electrified fans. Degeneration X was more than just Michaels and Triple H. Chyna's groundbreaking role as the first woman to hold the Intercontinental Championship added a unique dimension, while Rick Rude's arrival as their enforcer solidified the group's dynamic. DX's anti-establishment attitude fueled intense rivalries with factions like the Nation of Domination and the Hart Foundation, captivating audiences and reshaping the course of WWE. When Shawn Michaels' injury sidelined him, Triple H took the reins of DX, recruiting X-Pac and the New Age Outlaws. This revamped faction dominated both in-ring action and entertainment, pushing the boundaries of what WWE could present. Their feud with the Nation of Domination and their infamous invasion of WCW's Nitro remain highlights of their legacy. Degeneration X transcended wrestling, impacting pop culture with their edgy humor and catchphrases. Their 2019 WWE Hall of Fame induction cemented their legendary status. Though irreverent, DX played a crucial role in WWE's success during the Monday Night Wars, solidifying their legacy as one of the most influential factions in wrestling history. Number 4. The Corporation. The Corporation emerged during WWE's edgy Attitude Era in late 1998 as a heel faction under Vince McMahon's leadership. Created to counter the rebellious Stone Cold Steve Austin and maintain corporate control over the WWE, the group initially consisted of Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, Big Boss Man, Ken Shamrock, and Test, later expanding to include the likes of The Rock and Triple H. The Rock's shocking heel turn to join the Corporation was a pivotal moment, elevating his character and significantly impacting the faction's dominance. The Corporation exerted its power by manipulating rules, interfering in matches, and utilizing its influence to control the WWE, making it a dominant force during this era. Their primary goal was to thwart Austin and others who defied the authority of the McMahons. One of the Corporation's defining moments occurred at Survivor Series 1998. In a shocking turn of events, The Rock aligned with the group, turning heel and becoming the corporate champion, after controversially defeating Mankind for the WWE Championship. This heel turn cemented The Rock as the faction's centerpiece and significantly elevated his status as a top star. The Corporation clashed frequently with popular factions like Degeneration X and the Ministry of Darkness, eventually merging with the latter to form the Corporate Ministry in mid-1999, creating a powerful and unsettling force within the WWE. The group was involved in several iconic matches, including The Rock's battles with Austin at WrestleMania 15 and Backlash 1999, where the WWE Championship was on the line. These matches showcased the intensity of the feud and helped solidify The Rock as a top star. Furthermore, the Corporation's dominance extended beyond the WWE Championship. Shamrock held the Intercontinental Championship, while Big Boss Man captured the Hardcore title, demonstrating the faction's control over multiple titles and their influence across the entire WWE roster. However, cracks began to show as internal tensions rose. Triple H's betrayal and Vince McMahon's changing priorities signaled the faction's decline. By late 1999, the Corporation had dissolved, with members pursuing individual storylines. Despite its relatively short run, the Corporation played a crucial role in defining the Attitude Era, showcasing corporate greed versus individual rebellion. Its legacy is remembered for elevating stars like The Rock and delivering some of the era's most intense rivalries. Number 5. The Ministry of Darkness. The Ministry of Darkness was a controversial heel stable in the WWF during the Attitude Era in 1999. Led by The Undertaker, the faction embraced dark, cult-like themes involving rituals, sacrifices, and unsettling acts. Its origins trace back to the Judgment Day In Your House event in October 1998, when Paul Bearer betrayed Kane and rejoined The Undertaker. The next night on Raw is War, The Undertaker vowed to unleash a plague of evil on the WWE, marking the Ministry's debut. As its leader, The Undertaker declared himself the higher power and led followers such as the Acolytes, Bradshaw and Farouk, Midian, and Viscera. Together they sowed chaos through disturbing storylines, including kidnappings and bizarre ceremonies. Their most infamous moment involved the abduction of Stephanie McMahon, adding personal stakes and intense drama to their narrative. The Ministry achieved key milestones, including The Undertaker's buried alive victory over Stone Cold Steve Austin and his WWE Championship win at Over the Edge. The Acolytes also found success in the tag team division, demonstrating the faction's dominance across multiple levels. The group's influence peaked with its merger with Vince McMahon's corporation to form the Corporate Ministry. This alliance combined the Ministry's dark themes with McMahon's corporate ruthlessness, creating a formidable force that blurred traditional hero and villain roles. However, McMahon's growing influence caused internal conflicts, leading to the faction's downfall. After the Corporate Ministry disbanded, The Undertaker returned to his iconic Deadman persona. Though short-lived, the Ministry of Darkness remains a significant chapter in WWE history, remembered for its unique blend of horror and wrestling, and for showcasing The Undertaker's evolution into a fearsome and unpredictable leader. Number 6. Evolution. Evolution was a powerful faction in WWE during the early 2000s, created to show off talent at different stages of a wrestler's career. The group was led by Triple H, who brought skill and experience to the team. Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, added his legendary charisma and years of wrestling knowledge. Triple H showed his strength and ability in the ring, becoming the leader of the group. Randy Orton, called the Legend Killer, was a young star with great talent and aggression. Batista, known as the Animal, had raw strength and potential to be a major star in WWE. Together, this mix of veterans and rising stars made Evolution one of the most dominant groups in WWE history. With Flair as his mentor, Triple H spearheaded Evolution, capturing multiple World Heavyweight Championships and solidifying his position as a top star in WWE. Randy Orton quickly rose through the ranks, culminating in his World Heavyweight Championship victory in 2004. Meanwhile, Batista's ascent was meteoric. His impressive power and dominant performances culminated in a Royal Rumble victory in 2005, leading to a climactic World Championship match against Triple H, which Batista ultimately won. Dominating the scene, Evolution engaged in iconic rivalries with stables like The Shield and The Undertaker. However, internal strife, particularly surrounding Batista's rise to prominence, led to his betrayal of Triple H in 2005, effectively dissolving the group. At SummerSlam 2013, Triple H and Randy Orton formed The Authority. In April 2014, at WrestleMania 30, Batista joined them after Daniel Bryan defeated Triple H and won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The following night, Orton and Batista faced the Usos in a no contest before attacking Bryan, but The Shield intervened to save him. On April 14th, Triple H, Orton, and Batista reunited with Evolution to target The Shield. The Shield defeated Evolution in 2 matches, but Batista left WWE in June. Later, Seth Rollins betrayed The Shield by joining The Authority, effectively breaking up the group. Evolution reunited on SmackDown's 1000th episode on October 16, 2018, leading to a match between Batista and Triple H at WrestleMania 35 on April 7, 2019. Evolution remains one of WWE's most iconic factions, bridging multiple generations and ensuring the company's future with a legacy of star-making moments. Number 7. The Radicals. The Radicals shocked the wrestling world when they debuted in WWE on January 31, 2000, during an episode of Raw. The group consisted of 4 highly skilled wrestlers, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Perry Saturn, and Dean Malenko, who defected from WCW amid frustration with the promotion's mismanagement. Their arrival immediately created a buzz, as they were known for their exceptional in-ring abilities and technical prowess. The faction debuted as allies of Triple H and the McMahon-Helmsley faction, aligning themselves with the top heel authority figures in WWE. This gave them a platform to showcase their skills in high-profile matches. Their first significant storyline revolved around feuds with The Rock, Mick Foley, and other WWE mainstays. Eddie Guerrero's charisma and comedic timing quickly stood out, while Benoit emerged as a serious contender for top titles. The Radicals were involved in several memorable matches, including their participation in six-man and tag team bouts. Notably, Chris Benoit challenged for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 2000, showcasing his potential as a main event talent. Eddie Guerrero also captured the European Championship shortly after their debut, adding credibility to the faction. However, the group's cohesion began to falter by mid-2000 as individual ambitions took precedence. Benoit and Guerrero pursued singles success, with Benoit capturing the Intercontinental Championship and Guerrero's Latino Heat persona gaining immense popularity. Saturn and Malenko transitioned to the tag division and mid-card roles, with varying levels of success. By 2001, the Radicals had effectively disbanded. While short-lived, the group's impact was significant, as it introduced four incredible wrestlers who would go on to shape WWE's ruthless aggression era. The Radicals are remembered for their technical mastery, compelling matches, and their role in bridging WCW and WWE talent during a transformative era in wrestling history. Number 8. Nexus. The Nexus burst onto the WWE scene in June 2010, shocking fans with a coordinated attack on John Cena, CM Punk, and the Raw set. Comprising rookies from the first season of NXT, their goal was to disrupt WWE and demand respect. Led by Wade Barrett, the group included Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, David Otunga, Darren Young, Skip Sheffield, later Ryback, and Michael Tarver. Their debut was one of WWE's most infamous moments, establishing them as a dominant force. Nexus feuded with top stars like John Cena and Randy Orton, engaging in high-stakes matches, including the SummerSlam 2010 elimination match against Team WWE. Despite a strong showing, their loss at SummerSlam significantly weakened their momentum. Nexus saw some title success, with Barrett contending for the WWE Championship and members participating in mid-card feuds. However, internal divisions and WWE's inconsistent booking decisions diluted their impact. CM Punk later took over as leader in 2011, rebranding the group as the New Nexus, but this iteration failed to recapture its initial dominance. By mid-2011, Nexus disbanded as members pursued solo careers. Despite its decline, Nexus remains a memorable faction for its shocking debut and impact on WWE during its brief tenure. Number 9. The Shield. The Shield burst onto the WWE scene at Survivor Series 2012, attacking Ryback and immediately establishing themselves as a dominant force. Comprised of Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose, this trio of former ring generals quickly became known for their calculated teamwork, relentless aggression, and unwavering loyalty to each other. Their synchronized attacks, utilizing devastating maneuvers like the triple powerbomb, left a trail of destruction in their wake, leaving a lasting impact on the WWE landscape. The Shield's debut signaled a new era in WWE, injecting a much-needed dose of intensity and unpredictability into the product. Their arrival redefined what it meant to be a faction, showcasing the power of unity and the importance of a shared purpose. The Shield's success stemmed from the perfect blend of Reigns' power, Rollins' agility, and Ambrose's unpredictability. They strategically targeted top WWE stars, particularly the Authority, demanding change and cultivating an aura of rebellion. Their high-energy matches and strategic interference, coupled with their championship victories, including the WWE Tag Team Championship and Ambrose's United States Championship, solidified their dominance in WWE. The Shield's dominance peaked in 2014, with a resounding victory over Evolution, a legendary stable comprised of Triple H, Randy Orton, and Batista. This triumph solidified the Shield's position as a top force in WWE. However, their reign was short-lived. Later that year, Seth Rollins shockingly betrayed his brothers, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, aligning himself with the Authority and causing the group's dissolution. Despite disbanding in 2019, the Shield's members found solo success. Roman Reigns emerged as WWE's top star, Seth Rollins thrived with his versatile performances, and Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley in AEW, also found success. Their dominant run solidified the Shield as one of WWE's greatest factions, leaving an enduring legacy in wrestling. Occasional reunions highlighted their enduring chemistry and impact. The Shield's influence remains a pivotal chapter in WWE history. Number 10. The Bloodline. The Bloodline, a dominant force in WWE, emerged in 2021, centered around Roman Reigns as the Tribal Chief. This Samoan-centric faction, including Reigns and his cousins, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, quickly rose to power under the guidance of Paul Heyman. Reigns' unprecedented Universal Championship reign and the Usos' historic tag team dominance cemented their status as WWE's most formidable faction. Captivating storylines such as Sami Zayn's inclusion as an honorary Use and his eventual betrayal added layers of intrigue to their narrative. The faction delivered unforgettable matches, including Reigns vs. Jey Uso in the Hell in a Cell 2020 I Quit match, Reigns vs. Edge and Daniel Bryan in a triple threat at WrestleMania 37, and Reigns vs. Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38. The Usos also shone in classic bouts against The New Day and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. However, cracks began to appear at WrestleMania 39 when the Usos lost their tag team titles to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This defeat marked a turning point, culminating in the Money in the Bank 2023 Bloodline Civil War, where the Usos triumphed over Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Jey Uso's growing discontent with Roman's leadership now threatens to tear the faction apart. From unmatched dominance to internal strife, the Bloodline saga has redefined WWE storytelling, blending personal stakes with high-stakes drama. As their legacy faces uncertainty, fans eagerly await the next chapter of this compelling narrative. This is a wrap on today's video. We've taken a look at some of the most legendary stables in WWE history, from those that changed the game to those that left a mark we'll never forget. Now, we want to hear from you. Who is your all-time favorite WWE faction, and why? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on all things WWE.